10 fours.
Electric, bro. Absolutely electric. That's literally my last three brain cells after this. Just barely moving around, barely living.
Bro, I'll just come on and vibe out to that song when I'm home alone sometimes.
I don't blame you.
Gents,
I'm so hungover.
Oh, we're hurting. San Diego was a fucking riot last night.
Did you see Will Myers out there in the flesh?
No, he was kind of on the other side of the park from where I'm at. But oh yeah, no, it's a vibe. San Diego is very, very stoked. San Diego's very, very stoked. Chat, how you doing? Give yourselves a little pat on the back for being here.
Welcome. Good morning.
Congrats. You're still alive. You're breathing. You have a pulse. It's Sunday morning. Go grab a freaking smart water.
Yo, real quick, how about them fucking froggies?
Bro, the froggies couldn't cover, though. They couldn't cover.
No, they couldn't. Dude, after that first half, I was on the over 70, and after the first half, I was like, oh, we're Gucci gang off of this. And then third quarter, it was just field goals and turnovers on downs, and it's trash, but
frog
came through.
That was I was literally Mr. Grumpy the entire fucking game, bro. I chalked it. After it was like that Chiefs-Bucks game where the first drive, the kick returner botched the punt, and OSU got the ball in prime field position, and I was like, "Yep, GG's, BC's," and somehow they pulled off some magic. Unreal.
Well, were you guys on the frogs to cover or just frogs money line?
Money line.
Just killer.
Preston had 3K on the money line, and then I was so bricked up just to find out that Bama absolutely fucking sold.
Correct. Shout out Nikki Picks for those live takes, bro, at halftime, taking Bama and TCU. I mean, TCU is plus 300. So
yeah, that was
very surgical. Chat. Here we are, boys. Week 6. How's the NFL been treating you guys? I mean, I know pretty damn well. I think we're all up units, man. Kids have been sharp.
has been hype. Definitely slacking on the PPs in the NFL, which is what I'm hoping we could definitely cook one up while we're on stream. But NFL has been pretty solid. Obviously, haven't gotten a Surge 6, got through the hoop yet, but we're so due. I feel like this one's the one.
What do we got? Can you give us a quick Surge 6 real quick?
The quick Surge 6, yeah. Let me pull it up real quick. It is the Ravens, which is a sketchy one. The Giants have stolen my coin, I think, 4 times this fucking season. The Bucks money line against the Steelers.
That's someone's VIP play today.
Yeah, that's a VIP play. And then we go to Indianapolis, where I fucking risk my life for the Colts once again. Hopefully that doesn't come around and fuck me over, but we're doing it. I think this one's sketch as well, but we're doing it. Cardinals money line. Yeah, I know. Fading the home dogs.
The weirdest games, dude.
Sure. And then we go Bills money line, and then
I love the Bills.
If we get to Sunday Night Football, that's an automatic W, because definitely some hedge opportunities with the Cowboys, but we're taking the Eagles.
Good.
Yeah. So it's Bucks, Ravens, Colts, Cardinals, Bills, Eagles.
Colts and Cards is where I get. That's where you lose, man.
Yeah, for sure. It's just those are tough.
One of those two. It's gonna hurt your soul today.
I'm sorry to say, Trent, but that shit ain't hidden, bro. That shit ain't hidden. Farmer Dan 719 wants you to know. Shit ain't hidden.
Thank you, Farmer Dan. Good morning, farmers.
Good morning, Farmer Dan.
Bro, Farmer Dan's been up since fucking 4, bro. You heard the damn rooster.
He was out with the roosters, baby.
He's been up, bro.
That's tough, but this whole slate, we're seeing a lot of tight lines, and we're not seeing a lot of public favorites like we've seen through the first 5 weeks. A lot of these games are like 55-45 split, where for a lot of weeks we've seen the public, 70+% leaning one direction. And so that makes it a little bit more difficult for the sharp guys out here.
What do we got here?
We've got some data. To go into real quick. I was shocked to see this be the most bet games ticket wise.
Dude,
I mean, it's just on BetMGM. It's so sus. I mean, the 49ers are starting all their backups. They could still win, but Falcons, literally, they're a covering machine. They're like the Orioles right now. So I stayed far away from this game. And I thought it was weird to see both the Vikings and the Dolphins in these groupings too. That game's getting bet a fuck ton as well. But you're seeing most bets coming in, right? Most tickets on the Vikings, but most handle, most chunk coming in on the Dolphins. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. I'd want to be a Dolphin today.
Dolphins win.
Dolphins win.
Yeah, I can definitely see Mike McDaniel having a week with his guy Thompson. I mean, Nick Mullins was able to be successful with us. Same guy in his head, Mike McDaniel. So I can see the Dolphins helping Vegas steal.
I mean, Teddy's healthy and they're benching him. Teddy's like ready to go, and he's out of concussion protocol, and they're like, "No, we're rolling with Skylar." They must like what they're seeing out of this kid.
It's very possible. I don't doubt Mike McDaniel, man. He's evil genius and such a chiller. Let's get things kind of kicked off here, running through the slate. Krabs, why don't you give us a little bit of a breakdown on an interesting game? We got the LSU boys on Cincinnati returning to New Orleans against the Saints, looking like a 3-point favorite. Over-unders giving it at 43. What's your take on this game, bro?
Yeah, I got the Saints earlier this week, snagged them at +3.5 skis. Absolutely love this line. It's at 3 on most books. This line is very sketch. I think you guys can probably both agree. Don't know how Andy Dalton is only getting 3 points against Joe Burrow. We know Joe Burrow lost last week, but they fucking covered against the Ravens. And we all know that this Bengals team is way better than the Saints team, okay? Not rocket science. So this is obviously your fucking rat line of the week, I think. This and the Dolphins game, which we'll get into later. I'm all over the Saints here. I have Alvin Kamara to get in the end zone as well. at plus 135. Some books he's minus, but some books he's plus.
Yep.
That's why you got to fucking line chop, grow up. Get that at plus chick. And I'm also on Kamara over 17 fantasy score. Look, I know it's fat. It is. It's a lot. But he's getting in the end zone at least one time. I think he's probably going to get in twice. And he's going to get 100 yards from scrimmage today, without a doubt. They have nobody else today. It's going to be Marquez Callaway and Alvin Kamara all fucking day. And honestly, the Red Rocket is going to do just fine handing the ball off, okay? He's going to do his best Carson Wentz impression from Thursday. The Saints win this game. They do. And it's going to be a close one, nail-biter, and Kamara is going to lead the way for this Saints team, okay?
Dude, yesterday I saw right in front of my eyes, Javon was like, yo, I need you to take a Prize Picks square right now. I don't know what you're going to pair it with, but you need to take it. And it was some receiver on the Bucks. I forget who. And then it was also like four different players on the Saints. All Saints players, not Bucks, Saints players. And so I'm loading this shit up. And right in front of my eyes, every single square on the Saints gets pulled right off the board. Couldn't make it up. So I figured the Saints are probably going to fuck off today.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at a wide receiving core that's all off the field for the Saints. This is actually the most heavily bet as far as VSiN is concerned, the most heavily weighted game with like 70% of the public still on the Bengals. But the line hasn't moved. It stayed at 3. And when you're looking at the talent discrepancy, it's like, how the hell have you not moved this to 4.5, 5.5? So it's going to be a tight game. I'm on the over 43 as well. I think that in order for it to be a close game, both teams are going to score. I still believe that the Bengals will be able to handle business. But I'm on the Saints and I'm on the over. And I think that that's kind of where the sharps are leaning based on what the money's done. So I think that we're all good. And I have Kamara on my fantasy team. You guys know that. Trent, we're going head to head, Bubba. So
wow.
I wouldn't hate to see the kid cook. I wouldn't hate to see AK cook.
I was not aware we're going head to head because I was just going to ask you for some fantasy advice, but clearly that's not going to happen.
Who's projected to win that matchup right now?
My team's
still. Go ahead.
My team's in fucking, if I remember correctly. Oh no, different league. My team's actually not bad this week. Derrick Henry's on a bye, which hurts. Keenan Allen doesn't want to play football. Damian Harris got hurt, which hurts. But we're starting Darrell Henderson today, and I don't know if that news about Cam Akers, is he going to be playing today?
No, he's out.
He's out. Huge. Sorry, Mush.
No, that's really good for you.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I don't know. You don't need to apologize for me, bub. It's all friendly competition. I had Scary Terry starting again. He only gave me 8.2. Right now, I got a 54% chance to win, but I don't know what's going on there. Is Taylor? Yeah, Taylor's out, bro. Jonathan Taylor and Nyheim Hines are both out for the Colts.
That hurts.
And that line finally moved yesterday. It was hovering around 2.5, 3. With the Colts being a favorite. It's now at 1.5. I've been leaning Jags all week. The Jags always just spank the Colts. I know, dude. I know. But what the hell are the Colts going to be able to do without their top 2 running backs now? And you have a freaking redwood tree in the backfield in Matt Ryan. Honestly, one of my favorite squares. It's what Austin Swayman and I put in our entry from Thursday's show.
Wait, what was the square?
Jags over sacks. I love Jags over sacks.
That's for sure hitting.
Yeah, Matt Ryan should be throwing the ball a ton. He cannot move in the pocket. I think we got it at 2.5, maybe at 3. But I like the Jags to get in the backfield. I like the Jags to potentially win this game. But we're going to see what happens. We're looking right now, and this line the handle in the bets completely flipped. It was 77% of the public was leaning on Indiana earlier in the week. It's now Jacksonville plus 1.5, 54% of the handle and 56% of the bets. Do you guys have skin in this game yet? I know that you obviously are on Colts money line. They lost 24-0. Like, they have to redeemed themselves, and it's crazy that they're already playing the Jags for the second time this year.
I know.
But what are you guys thinking?
So I'm on the Colts. I see this as a revenge game. They lost obviously in Jacksonville in this matchup a couple weeks ago, which also sold the Surgical 6. I think they got bitched that game, right? And then they made a comeback, but they sold. Or no, they scored no points that game.
In week 2, the Colts put up a goose egg in Jacksonville.
I remember drowning in piss that night. I'm trying to figure out. I'm taking an entry with like that matches the Surgical 6, leaving out the late night take me home game. I'm trying to figure out a square that I'm trying to figure out how the Colts are going to win this game. And I'm looking at all these squares. I'm like
Pierce over receiving yards. I don't hate.
I like the only thing I'm like is McLaughlin over 1.5 field goals. That's how they're going to win this game.
Sure. Yeah. And for the Colts.
Yeah. I mean, how often have we seen them get to the red zone and not be able to come through, and then they fucking just end up kicking a field goal?
Yeah, especially with
their offense stalls out.
That's a pretty sharp square. That's a sharp square.
That seems as pitch free as possible, to be honest with you. I'm pulling up on my book right now.
You know what you could take is, I don't know if they have it, but Matt Ryan under a pick.
Under a pick. Wow.
Ryan under a pick.
Wow, they do.
I think this is going to be a snooze fest. The line's also at 42. That shit dropped. That was around 40, or it's at 41. It was at 42 and a half, I want to say. Yeah, it was at 42 earlier in this week. Ton of the money that was on the under. Ton of the money. I would say either field goals or Jags sacks would be my favorite squares there for sure. Jags are going to be all over Matt Ryan, I think, because he's going to have to be throwing the ball a ton. Who the fuck is he going to hand it off to?
Yeah, real quick. Shout out one of these blocks to the Fearsome Foursome. That was fucking electric.
Deion Jackson, Mush. Remember the name. He's decent.
Oh, I know.
He's
decent. Sure. I mean, he's in the NFL. He's worthy. Trent, you're rocking the jersey, man. Pitt is fucked. The Steelers are in so much trouble. Mike Tomlin can't do anything to save them. The line went from 8. I mean, is it at 10.5 now? I think I saw somewhere at one point it was even as high as 11, but we're looking at 10 between Tampa Bay heading to Pittsburgh. Alt line for this minus 14.5 is like plus 165. That could potentially be a look. But what's your take on Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh?
I think this is a massive get-right spot for the Bucs. I think this is where they start to see a lot of pieces click. I think the goat whale comes back to life today with at least 3 tutties from Tom. And I think that square on Prize Picks is a good look, over 2.5. I'm putting that in the Super Goats. Yep. But I think that the Bucs clap today. I think that they cover. That plus 160 is kind of disrespectful. Or no, very respectful to the Bucs. But that's just not enough value and too many points for me.
Sure.
But just give me the money line, go win the game, Tom, and do 5 touchdowns while you're doing it. Need it.
What were even the odds on that ML, dude?
Minus 450.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, there's always one. There's always.
I mean, we've seen plenty of lottery tickets that have been sent to us over the last year plus that have minus 450s, minus 800s in there. It's just add a little juice.
I would never tell a chef how to make his recipe. I would never.
Great.
What's your take, man? There's no way you have
TB square. I like that TB square over 2.5 touchdowns. I think he's going to be an absolute weapon offensively today. With that being said, I think the Steelers also put up points in this game. I like the over in this game, but my coins reside on the Steelers plus 10 is who I have in this game.
You are going Steelers plus 10.
It's gross. I just have a feeling Mima's leaving that back door open. We know Mike Tomlin at home has a key. Even if it's not open, you know he's got the key. I think they keep this one within 10 points straight up. I do. And I think we get Kenny Pickett's best game. There's some rumors going around that Tom Brady may be playing a little hurt. There's some whispers.
Come on.
We know his heart is hurt. Now they're saying his body's hurt. See how he plays. Give me the 10 points.
Honestly, bro, I think Tom's bricked up, man. He's gonna have the most fire IG model in the Pittsburgh area waiting at his hotel after the game.
Dude, I'm with it on Tom Brady. I think he balls today. Like, I just think we get points from both sides. I think this is going to be a really fun game, to be honest with you. And I think we get our first actual clip of Kenny Pickett doing QB1 things. I'm excited.
We'll see. I mean, yeah, the Bucks defense definitely isn't as staunch as it used to be. Just a quick little shout out to Swaggy G, always making his appearance to remind me of how I look. Thank you, Swaggy G, for once again.
G, good morning, my guy.
Classic Swaggy GW. Classic Swaggy GW. I could rock with that over. I don't have enough nuts in my pantry to put on the table though for rocking with Pittsburgh to cover. Brady, I don't think has covered in like 3 consecutive weeks. Is it going to be 4? I don't know. I think Brady's for the boys, and Tampa Bay routes them. But
Steelers also haven't covered in 4 weeks.
Steelers, yeah. I mean, the Steelers haven't done a goddamn thing in 4 weeks.
They're terrible.
So we'll see. It could be a get right spot just to show that they have some life, some heart. They need it, but they have so many injuries, significant injuries as well, that it's going to be tough. I love Brady props. I love Godwin and Evans props. I think, and Pickens over 47.5.
Pickens and Kenny have target
as far as props are concerned. This is certainly
Pickens and Pickett have something. They do. They have some count. Yep. I love Pickens to go over his yards today. I have that in a prize picks. While it's hot until they finally correct the lines and start putting him in the 60s for yards. He's still in the 40s. Take it.
Real quick, I hate to go off track here, but Krabs, you love the Bills today, right?
Yes.
Also, I'm hearing a slight echo. I don't know if it's me. 10-4s. Are we good?
10-4.
I think we're better. What's your favorite PP square for the Bills?
Ooh. I haven't taken any in that game yet, and I'm down to do some looking.
I have one from Austin that we went over on Thursday, but it's you're going to the loony bin by putting this in, but I have it in mind. It's Devin Singletary over rush yards against the Chiefs. You see what it's at 41.5. We saw what Josh Jacobs did against them last week. 41.5, I think, is attainable for a team that just gave up an absurd amount. And everyone was like, oh, the Chiefs has the number 1 rush defense. They have the number 1 rush defense. Their stats were heavily impacted because the Bucks in week 4 ran the ball 6 times for 3 yards. So they're not super staunch. That was such an outlier that, of course, it impacted. But I have that in mind. It doesn't feel right. I've been low on Singletary for 3 years now, but 41.5 yards over.
No, that's a good pick, Mush. In close games, close, tight, high-scoring games, they give him the rock. They don't put in those other fuckers who fumble the ball. They put in Singletary. They feed him. And I think he's going to be a big part of the offense. I'm actually a Singletary guy, and I like that rushing prop a lot, Mush. I think that's going to hit. I also like his rush plus receiving at 64.5. They've been using him in the pass game as well, and I think they use him today too. I really do. So I like both those squares, and that sharp as attack, Mush. I love it.
What about Gabe?
It's uncomfortable because we hate Singletary, and that's how you know it's a good pick. I love it.
100%.
What about Gabe Davis?
I like Gabe today as well. I do. I don't know what I would take for him. I think he's going to have
definitely going to be points in this game. So
Stephon Diggs is going to be the guy that gets bet on, and everyone's going to take him. I think you look for Gabe. When Gabe is healthy, right now he's healthy, the dude is just as good. He's going to perform like that this whole year. He's an absolute weapon. I love Gabe Davis today. I do. I wouldn't touch any Stephon Diggs, bro. They make him like unbettable at this point. It's ridiculous.
4 receptions.
I like his receiving yards better.
Okay.
He's been kind of that deep threat guy. He could get this with one play.
Hold on, I'm going to put myself on mute to see if it's still echoing.
Yeah, I hear that good too.
10-4. Check.
I don't hear when Mush talks, but I hear when I talk and Trent talks. Does that mean that it's Mush?
Yeah, maybe try turning the volume down.
Unbelievable. I think I just need to fucking get headphones. I think that's the
Yeah, you just have the clearest mic in the history of the world. It's better now. It's good. I don't hear anything.
All right. Well, I'll be kind of guessing what y'all are saying, but it's straight. All right, let's keep it moving, boys, so we have time to cook something up for the kids at the end of this.
Yeah.
Jets going to Green Bay. Green Bay just got embarrassed, gave it all up in London. It's a zigzag spot because the Jets certainly did cover last week. Green Bay did not. 7.5 point spread. Want to go with the Jets. The Jets have proven something. What do you think, Krabs? What are you seeing? Do you have skin in the game yet? And what do you think the best plays would be, brother?
Yeah, this one's tough. It's like a buy low spot on the Packers and sell high spot on the Jets. And I really, really lean Packers, and I really lean Packers first half. I think if the Jets do cover this one, it's going to be a late one, and it's going to be a Mima type situation here where we're like, what the fuck did we just see? Zach Wilson's going to try to stat pad this whole season, right? I like the Packers here. They get it done. Trent, they're going to get it done for you in a no sweat fashion today. And I have, what do I have today props wise in this game? I have AJ Dillon over 12 rush attempts. I thought this number was pretty ridiculous considering he had 6 rush attempts last week. And they put his number at 12 this week. I thought that was a huge red flag for me. I have to hop on it. Shout out my guy DeGen for pointing this one out. I think they're going to feed their running backs this week. Both of them. What's the square?
Yeah, is that what you just said?
AJ Dillon over 12 rush attempts.
Oh, that's right. I'm going to tail that.
Would be the square in this one. I don't hate either of the running backs, really anything today. I think you're going to see Aaron Rodgers just hand the ball off left and right today against that Jets defense. And I do think they win, and I do think they cover. I just want nothing to do with betting on Aaron Rodgers, the covering machine, especially with the Jets showing life. We don't really know what's good with this Jets team yet, so keep me far away from this game betting-wise, but I do think the Packers get it done if I had to bet something.
Sure. I'm with it.
Agreed. Yeah, after waking up in absolute shambles last Sunday to the atrocious shit show that happened in London or wherever the fuck it was, dude, I kind of ruled out the Packers for a couple weeks, especially in the game against the Jets. I did have that surgical call against the Jets last week. I just had a feeling they were going to win at home, but I feel like this could also be a get-right spot for the Packers. And I think they actually clapped cheeks today, to be honest with you. I just couldn't do it.
AJ Dillon over 12 rushing attempts is the square.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm writing down entries that we could put in. Brady TDs, Dillon rush attempts, and maybe those Jags sacks if you guys are about it. New England going to Cleveland. This game is going to be all on the ground, in my opinion. The line just moved to New England +3, even though people in the public have continued to bet on New England. They're still the favorite as far as the public and the handle are concerned. I'm on the Browns. I think Ramondre Stevenson props could be good. He should be running all day. It's obviously going to be in Chubb's hands, but Cleveland had that game multiple times last week. New England and Bailey Zappi covered and surprised. I mean, did they surprise anyone? I don't know. The Detroit literally has the Spice Girls playing on defense for them. So I don't know how they can stop anybody. But I like Cleveland to cover at home. And again, I think rushing props in this game are going to set you free. Do you guys have skin in the game quite yet?
No, not in this one. I don't. Krabs?
I think the Patriots are the Squircle play today. Everyone knows Bill owns the Browns. I want nothing to do with this game because I'm not taking the fucking Browns. I'm not a Browns believer right now from what I've seen. But I do have their win total over from the beginning of the year, so I'll be rooting for them. I think, like you said, Mush, nail on the head, dude. All the money keeps coming in on the Pats, and that line is moving towards Cleveland. I think, if anything, you bet Cleveland or you stay away. I'm on a square play today, and I'm not happy about it, but I'll own up to it and tell you guys I'm on Stevenson anytime touchdown score. I'm on that on Prize Picks, the first time I've ever taken an over on that prop, and I'm on that on the books at -130. I'm really pissed at myself. It was at +105 on Thursday, and by the time I saw it on Friday, it was at -130. So I jumped on the steam. I hate myself for not locking in earlier, but Ramondre Stevenson is touch and pay dirt today. And I think the Browns win this game, but I'm not betting the side.
Okay, I'm tailing that.
Yeah.
They have
Stevenson
Ramondre up
touchdown
for
is
ATTS.
I've been in love with that all week.
Yeah.
That probably is going to go in the entry, boys.
And I hate that square, dude, but I really just think he's getting in the fucking end zone, man.
Mush,
I really do.
I just placed the Surgical 6 prop entry. I'll tell you in a sec. But so far, from what I've heard from you both, AJ Dillon rush attempts. That one, let's put DeGen in there. Jaguars sacks is surge. I love that. Stevenson touchdown. Wait, you can't take 2 tutty props and win the same entry. Is that correct?
I've never taken overs in this prop. I have no idea.
Oh, I'm almost certain that's the case.
Wouldn't be surprised.
But if not, I know Javon loves what's his name? Mike Evans to get a touchdown today. And so I'm finding a way
in my DFS lineup. I have him and Tom Brady stacked in my DFS lineup. I think they're both about to go off today. Okay. I think Mike Evans gets 2.
Phil Utley lives in Prize Picks, so he knows.
Phil's also loves that prop. He loves Mike Evans today.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to have to find a way.
Stevenson rush yards could be a look if we can't do both of their TDs. What do you think, Krabs? You think it's too high?
It's high as fuck, dude. And the reason I liked his touchdown prop was because he didn't get in the end zone last week. He just had all those fucking yards. That's why I liked his touchdown today. I think when they get inside the 5, they're going to give the Mans the rock and try to limit any mistakes potentially from Zappy on the goal line. And at least give him a shot. And he's the only real running back they have. So that's why I like this touchdown prop.
What about instead of Mike Evans tutty, we can go like maybe targets or receptions?
Can you do Tom Brady's over touchdown passes, or does that count too? And that wouldn't work.
That wouldn't work because you can only have 1 touchdown score in 1 entry.
Dude, that's just a ridiculous rule. Wait, what were you thinking now?
I mean, we can always do 2-leggers.
Yeah, I mean, at least they'll hit then. You know?
Yeah. But yeah, we just can't. We can only have 1 tutty in 1 entry. If we're trying to cook up like a goat entry, sure, but yeah,
we'll get there. We'll get there.
Keep a tab, and because by the end of this, we might end up having props we like better anyway. So
I think we're gonna talk about squares that we're gonna love, boys. Baltimore Giants. I love the over in this game. I think it's going to be on the ground a ton. Baltimore -5.5. A ton of heads are saying there's no way that the Giants continue to have this kind of success. They're a covering machine. This is going to be their toughest test. I think Saquon cooks. I think Lamar cooks. I have Saquon's over rushing yards and Lamar's over fantasy at 22, and I think 77 for Saquon. As far as what the public is seeing here, we're seeing 67% of the handle and 54% of the bets on Baltimore to cover. Do you guys have any problem with what the public and what the money are saying for Baltimore to handle business at the Meadowlands today?
I need him to get it done, bro. I'm tired of the Giants stealing my coins so bad. They're not a good team.
Lamar has never – I agree. And Lamar has never lost to an NFC team, which scares the living fuck out of me. I feel like that's one of the main narratives I've heard all week. The Ravens win this game, but I don't know if they cover. I'll leave it at that. Not betting it. Don't have a single prop in this one. Hate this game. I don't really think we or Vegas knows what's good with this Giants team. I think Brian DeBull is a fucking stud. And I think them getting him and using Daniel Jones a little bit like Josh Allen, where they run with him a lot more, it's been fucking genius. And it's been working. And it concerns me as an NFC East member with my guy back here, right? It really does concern me. I like Brian DeBull. This game sketches me the fuck out. You will never catch me on a -5.5.
Yeah.
Not in this spot.
-5.5 is a spread I just won't take.
No,
I'm definitely not taking a side, but I'm in love with the over in this game. If it was in Baltimore, I wouldn't love it as much, but because the Giants were just in London, and they used to do just the obligatory bye week after these London games, but because we front loaded them at the front of the year, there's no bye. So We saw it between the Saints and the Seahawks. There were 60-plus points in that game. The Giants just coming home from London, that has a major impact with travel, with getting acclimated again. I mean, if you've ever traveled international, it takes a few days to get your mind right. And as a professional athlete, especially competing in the NFL with what those practices are like and the preparation is like, I love the over in this game. I think both sides absolutely feast. I like what you were saying with Daniel Jones. I feel like they're probably going to put his fantasy pretty low, but I have, like I mentioned, Lamar over fantasy, Saquon over rushing yards. I think those are two great squares for us to consider at the end here. And we can definitely sneak those in. Let's keep it moving. Krabs, brother, talk about a sketchy game, but I think one that we can make money on and look sharp as shit. Minnesota, still a 3-point favorite, going up against third string quarterback, down against Mike McDaniel and those Dolphins in Miami. Why don't you tell us what you think, brother?
Yeah, I'll tell you what I know, and it's that the Dolphins are covering this game. They might not win, but they're sure as hell going to cover, and that's what great teams do. Like I said earlier, there's a reason Mike McDaniel and this Dolphins team is starting Skyler instead of Teddy. I think they like what they saw. I think they like what they've been seeing, and I think this kid is going to do just enough to keep this one within a field goal. Listen, it's Kirk Cousins, and I know he has Jay Jettas, and I know I'm a huge Kevin O'Connell guy, and I like the direction of this team in offense, probably in the second half of the season when they get their feet under him a little bit. I think they're kind of figuring their shit out right now, especially with Kevin O'Connell having his first head coaching stint. It's going to take him a little bit. And this is a team that I want to back in the second half, but not right now. I want to take the Dolphins here. I think McDaniel is maybe the smartest coach in the NFL right now, besides Bill. I really mean that. I'd maybe put him ahead of McVay with what I've seen out of this guy.
Even ahead of Ron Rivera.
Give me a fucking break, dude. That guy's a bozo. He's an absolute bozo. He's lucky Cam Newton was an absolute machine that 1 year. Or else Ron would have been out of this league a long time ago. Moral of the story here, though, Dolphins are keeping this one close. I think, especially in football, capping coaching matters the most out of any sport. Oh, yeah. And I want my coins on McDaniel and this Dolphins team with their third-string quarterback where people don't even know his fucking name, only getting 3 points at home against this electric Vikings offense. I would put this spread at probably 6. Don't know why it's at 3. Oh, wait, actually I do. It's because they're fucking covering. That's why. Give me the fence.
Yep, facts. I think that he just finds a way to outcoach this game and maybe even sneak out the dub.
Straight up. Yep.
Yeah, you know what? I'm rocking with it. With it. I wanted to stay away, but the fact that the line just hasn't moved.
If you guys can get 3.5,
I'm a huge dude. I was singing McDaniel's praises from the fucking beginning, man. This guy, like Kyle Shanahan's got all the credit, but McDaniel is Robin to Kyle Shanahan's Batman. They've been together for nearly a decade, and he really is a brain power, and it's just how he coaches and how he goes about his business. This team will be prepared. There's a reason why the Niners were still able to win games with Nick Mullins. Let's fucking keep it rocking and rolling though, boys, because I want to make sure that we give ourselves time and we don't rush the lay. Next game to take a look at. Hey, Trent, what do you think? And it's a tough one to talk about, and we can all talk about it, obviously. Niners, 5-point favorite. Let's see if that's moved. Going to Atlanta, second consecutive week, going to the East Coast. That line is also, as far as the total is concerned, I think it's at 40. Oh, it's gone up to 46. Let's go. But the Niners are down to 4-point favorites. 65% of the handle, 73% of the bets on the Niners to cover, and 54% of the handle is on the over. Niners just had 6 defensive starters ruled out, though. What do you see happening between the Niners and the Falcons?
I was so ready to fade the fuck out of Atlanta after the Braves literally stole every coin I had left in my name. But the way the line's moving, the fact it was already at 5.5, like I said, I hate 5-point spreads. But even though I still already have one in the Surge 6 with the Ravens, I could see some fluke shit happening here. It just seems way too easy to take the Niners in that stacked defense against this poverty Falcons team. It just seems too easy. It seems too free. It seems like a fucking trap. Yeah, I consulted with Bookie's DW. he likes the Niners, but I just see a gut call. This is a game to stay away from. It could fuck up a lot of parlays.
Krabs, you got an opinion, brother?
Nothing against who's on the field and what the Niners, aren't able to do. I think they should easily steamroll them. I know the chemist has a fucking mega nuke goat whale on the Niners today. So I'm rooting for
chemist.
Yeah, and he's in shambles. He's in shambles.
Yeah, how about the fucking Padres? Juan Soto's a winner. That's all I'm going to say about that. He's a fucking winner. He's a fucking winner.
I knew he was going to go up there and literally hit a piss missile in the 7th inning at bat.
Bro, the guy has
it's so electric.
Nuts. Like, they have to weigh like 10 pounds.
I know.
They have to. He's such a dog.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, my fucking girl yesterday was like, Juan Soto just looks good up there. And I was like, what do you mean by that? I was like, what are you talking about? Why are you looking at that guy? That's the kind of guy who steals your girl.
Let's go, Wally.
There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it.
I mean, dude, the energy in San Diego, is just like when the Warriors finally had that deep run, and I was fortunate enough to be living in San Francisco at the time. It just feels different here. But enough about baseball. Let's make sure we go through this. Sure. My biggest bet this week is the under in this game. I made that early, and I'm nervous because 6 defensive starters are out. But the Niners roster, even though for whatever fucked up reason everyone was saying the roster's trash, we have the best defense by far in almost every statistical category that matters. 6 guys are out though, but my biggest bet is on the under, and I'm still rocking with the Falcons team total under. But I mean, that's locked. Bet is locked. I'm nervous about it, but
you think Marcus is throwing a pick?
I have a cheeky little 2-pick lay that Chavarius Ward gets a pick and Stephon Gilmore gets a pick. And those are both plus like 550. The lay itself is like plus 4,200 or some shit. I think I put like $20 to win 800 or something. So I wouldn't hate it. But yeah, I mean, Mariota's kind of a game manager. At the end of the day, Falcons undefeated as far as bettors are concerned. They've covered in every single game. I just hope and pray that this game stays under because the injury report might bite me in my fucking tush. And I'm not here for that. I want an unbit tush. Anyways, Carolina and the Rams. Let's make this one quick so we can kind of get to building out the parlay. But Rams suck at covering. Carolina and Mr. Walker, I think, are now 11, maybe still 10-point dogs going to LA. I'm not going to touch this game, to be honest with you. LA's bit me too many times. The total, I think, is at 41.5. Are you guys seeing anything in this game that you want to bet on, or absolutely not? Because
the Rams are just so mid, dude. They just look so not in it. They've sold back-to-back surgical 6s as well. Minus 435 on the money lines, basically saying Vegas saying fuck off. You're not getting away with Rams money line this week. I think they win this fucking game easy. Do they cover that 10-point spread, 9.5-point spread? I don't know. I think that might be too many points for how the Rams have been playing. But money line, sure, safe lay piece, minus 435. But
get it.
But I was going to take Stafford to throw a pick, but this Panthers team is just not one I want to have coins on.
As fucked as Stafford has been behind that line, I still think like you can't bet on Carolina to do anything.
Yeah.
Krabs, any opinion, or let's keep it moving?
I think the Rams win this game. I think the Rams are going to be the most popular survivor pool pick of the week. So keep that in mind when you're making your survivor pool picks. I try to avoid those. Panthers are in tank modes. Rams suck, but them being minus 10 here is ridiculous. Hence why I lean them. I do. I think they win this game by 2 touchdowns. I am on Cooper Kupp under half a touchdown there this week. Shocker. Whenever they put that square up, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to continue to make money on it. It's 2-1 so far when I've taken it.
Sure.
The hits. They wouldn't put that up if he was getting in that fucking end zone.
Up on it so far.
He's also playing hurt, so it's going to be sketch. Yeah. That Carolina secondary, they're not great, but they're average. So hopefully they can keep up with them. That's the prop I have in this one. And then real quick, going back to that 49ers game, I love Kittle's over receiving props with Javon too. I'm on that as well. One of my prize picks.
Say that square one more time.
George Kittle over receiving yards.
Oh, that's right.
I do certainly love that. I'm so fucking nervous about this under, dude. God damn it. I'm very sneakily. I don't tout my record or my percentage, but I'm at over 75% so far this NFL season. Sure. And this is going to be a make or break week. This is going to be a make or break week.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's just a sharp ass week. NFC West matchup, we're on different sides. I know that much, but Arizona heading into Seattle. Line, let's see if it's moved. 2.5. It's still at 2.5. Nearly 60% of the handle and the bets are on Arizona, and everyone loves the over. I'm certainly on the over, but Krabs, are you still with Arizona? Are you on Seattle? What are you seeing in this matchup between Pete Carroll and fucking Cliff Kingsbury?
You said it perfectly right there. We talked about how much coaching matters. I think Cliff Kingsbury cares more about how he's looking on the sidelines than he does winning football games. I think that organization is an absolute joke, and they're in shambles, and they give me Commanders vibes. They're not as bad. It'd be impossible to be, but they're on their way. This team is full of drama. They're more, I've said it before, I'll say it again. They're like the Kardashians of the fucking NFL, straight up. And I don't know what the heck's going to happen when NFL fucking whatever HBO comes there mid-year for their show. I don't know why I'm blanking on the name of it, but Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks is coming there. They're going to be even worse. You're going to have Kyler Murray playing video games, and you're going to have the team trying to get their fucking TV time. Like this is Love Island instead of worrying about fucking winning football games. That being said, I want Pete Carroll. I want Geno Smith. Geno Smith is fucking awesome, and he knows how to run this offense. He's not going to beat you with, he's not going to look like Mahomes out there, but he knows what the fuck he's doing. And I trust him, Pete Carroll, over Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury, who's a joke, any fucking day of the week, especially at home with the 12th man behind him. This line is short. I think we can all agree, especially with the narrative that the Cardinals are really good on the road. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of hearing the Cardinals are really good on the road. I'm tired of hearing the Cardinals are really good in the beginning of the season. They're 2-3. They stink. Kyler Murray is really good, but the rest of his team fucking blows. Give me Seattle. I probably would have put this line at 4.5. It being 2.5 tells me Seattle probably wins this game outright. I'm on Seattle plus 8.5 in a teaser with the Eagles tonight. And I am on Eno Benjamin over 52 rushing yards. I know it's all the way up to 62 now. Took this one earlier this week. I still like 62. I think this dude gets 100 yards on the ground this week for the Cardinals. It's the only way they're going to be able to move the ball against the Seattle defense, I think. And Benjamin is about a ball. So that's the one thing the Cardinals have going for them this week is Benjamin. He's about a ball without Connor and Darrell Williams. They're out this week. So love that square on prize picks and love Seattle in a teaser. And definitely leading them plus 2.5 as well.
Yeah, that was probably the first bet that I made. And I have never, ever in my entire life rooted for Seattle. But I'm loving what I'm seeing from Geno. Geno's now my fantasy football starting quarterback. So I'll tell you
are dropping Russell Wilson for Geno Smith. Who would have fucking thought that?
Jesus.
Absolutely.
Gotta love the
Absolutely.
NFL.
Talk about a square that I love, boys, is Geno's fantasy this week. It's gone up on prize picks. I got it, I think, 15. It's now at 16. This game's going over. It's going over 50.5.
I agree.
Seattle overs are a real thing to bet on, even though I think Vegas is coming around to them. But Swiss cheese on defense, more than capable on offense. I think DK Metcalf should cook with Geno Smith and let him write him off. We ain't going right back. That's a quote of the century from Geno. But I love Seattle. I'm on Seattle money line. I'm on Seattle to cover, and I'm on the over. Points will be scored. This is going to be a shootout. This is going to be a shootout. Let's keep it moving so we can start to cook. Only a couple games left. I think everyone's favorite game that they're waiting for. I don't know how the fuck this game isn't prime time when we have the mid-ass Broncos once again. But we got Josh Allen going to Kansas City. Trent, tell us everything about the most exciting.
Dude, scare you?
Oh my
Dave just
god,
scared the shit out of you?
no, this fucker, bro.
Oh, what's good?
What the fuck?
Siobhan comes with
what's happening?
He comes with a winner that he's going to spoon feed for an entry real quick.
Sure.
You want to read it off?
Step right up.
I'll read it off. So I got Rondell Moore over 43.5 receiving yards.
Rondell Moore.
He's absolutely going to torch the Seahawks in the slot, even though I do think that game.
Okay.
Marquez Callaway.
Callaway.
Over 3 receptions. Because it's really just him and Traquan Smith and that offense with Andy Dalton. So
receptions.
Yeah, and that receiving yards line is moving up. It's 50 on books.
Oh,
so that's good.
Okay.
The chalk, Ramondre Stevenson over his rushing yards.
Stevenson yards.
He's going to get fed the rock today.
Yeah.
Probably scores too, but I've seen that 5,000 times. So I'll stick with the yards.
Rush yards.
Rush yards.
79.5. Sure.
And I got Rashad White. Rushing and receiving.
Rushing and receiving yards. 32.5.
Yeah, I think that square needs to go in. Rashad White. I love that square.
Might get into blowout potential. I don't think so, but he'll get work for sure.
Okay.
The last one, Evan Ingram.
Ingram. 3 receptions for Evan Ingram.
What were the first two, Javon?
I'll read it in a sec. Receiving yards for Ingram.
I took catches.
Receptions. Okay.
Just because the Colts get torched.
Yeah. All right. So one more time for the chat. Here we go. Get your pens, papers ready. Rondell Moore, receiving yards over 43.5. Callaway, receptions. Marquez Callaway, receptions over 3. Stevenson, Ramondre Stevenson, over rush yards 79.5. Rashad White, over rush plus receiving 32.5. That's Rashad White. And last leggers, Evan Ingram, receptions over 3. So I'm riding that with Javon into the sunset for 2 years.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yep.
Hell yeah, Javon.
Beauties.
Leave you to it.
All right, brother. Appreciate it.
Javon, get that Yankees bet in tonight, brother.
Get that Yankees bet in, he says.
No.
He said no.
Real quick, and then I want us to cook this lay. We have 2 games left, boys. We have Buffalo going to Kansas City. Another one of my favorite bets is Buffalo. Are you on Buffalo, Trent? Is that in the Surge?
It is in the Surge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate betting against Mahomes. I said I wasn't going to do it again, but here we are. Did it again. I think this is just a revenge game for the Bills after last year's insane ending in that one playoff game. I definitely think there's chips on shoulders today, and that's where my coin's at. Also, I think everyone looks at Chiefs at home plus chick. Sure.
Yeah, I'm shocked that more of the public isn't leaning with the Chiefs, but I think that what we just saw primetime last week is still kind of resonating with people because a lot of the public is on Buffalo, but I don't give a shit. Buffalo's winning this game, and they're going to do it handily. Krabs, are you on the Chiefs or are you on Buffalo?
I'm on Buffalo ML. I'm cutting the shit.
Killer.
I'm not fucking around.
Sunday night football, Dallas going into Philly. Insane that the public is just so in love with Dallas. It's definitely going to be Philly's toughest test yet. Dallas is very capable on defense. 6.5 points is getting 56% of the handle and 62% of the bets. I don't think that shit's going to matter. What is this? First time?
Well, if I see my guy John tweet this out one more time, I'm going to have to report him for spam. He's tweeted this out literally 10 times. I don't know by whose order. Could be from MGM. I've seen him copy and paste and tweet this legitimately, like actually 5 times this week. So you guys have been warned. Mahomes isn't covering shit. This is a corp tweet. Okay. John sends out some good tweets for the team, but this one is a corp tweet. You've been warned. If I see it one more time, I'm going to rip my fucking eyeballs out. Straight up. Straight up.
Oh, dude, I love it. That is a corp.
Get your bets in now. Get your bets in case you haven't realized Mahomes never lost as a dog.
He's never going to lose.
Yeah, fuck that. What do you guys think for Sunday Night Football? I kind of like the under, but I may stay away from that one. I think Philly handles business. Are we gonna support Nicky Picks on his mission to not drink rat piss tonight, or what are you guys thinking?
I think Cowboys is corp, to be honest. It just seems like everyone's like, riding the Measy wave of his fat mega nuke on the Cowboys, and I don't know, dude. I don't see how they win this game unless there's an absolute masterclass from Cooper Rush, dude. Cowboys is corp.
So I like the Eagles. I think they cover this game. I have the Eagles as my survivor pick. I'm taking a risk.
Wow.
I have the Eagles teased down to a half. I think they win this game.
Wow.
I'm not betting on the -6.5, but if I had to take a spread bet, that's what I'd be on. Now, here's my issue. Philly's one weakness on defense has been the run. Dallas' strength of late has been the run, right? So it's not a perfect matchup for this Philly team. And also, Philly really hasn't faced a D-line like this Dallas one yet all year. So it's going to be Philly's toughest test of the year by far.
Oh, yeah.
This Cowboys defense is legit. Could they be legit enough to keep this one within 6.5? They could be, for sure. But I don't think they do. The fact that the spread is at 6.5 in an NFC East game, where very rarely do you ever see a fucking spread fatter than like 4 or 5, even when the teams suck, is very telling, I think. Even with the Eagles being home, they get this done. I love them. I love them teased today with the fucking who did I take them with?
Dude, that's a great point, bro. I mean, think about how high the juices are flowing in Philly right now. You're telling me the Cowboys are going to come in to a bricked up Philly atmosphere on prime time and beat the Eagles? Fuck's sakes, dude. Come on.
They might not beat them, but they could cover. That's why I teased it down. But Jalen Hurts is him. What the Eagles defense is going to do is they're going to try to stuff the run as much as they can, and they're going to try to make fucking Cooper Rush beat him in the air. That's how they're going to try to force Dallas to lose this game.
Absolutely.
I expect decent performances from CeeDee Lamb and some of the Dallas receivers because I think they're going to force their hands and make them fucking pass. I really do. And if Cooper Rush beats them, they'll charge it to the game, but they're not going to let Zeke and Tony Pollard beat them. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I'm with it. All right, boys. Let's take we still have time to breathe, but let's take 10-ish minutes and let's get a surgical 5-guy PP and then a 3-teamer as far as LA is concerned to ride together. Let's go.
Okay. Real quick, I have locked in the entry Javon just rode. Go ahead and lock that in if you guys want to ride. I just tailed the entry that Javon and Krabs put in this graphic that they tweeted out. It's Kittle receiving yards, Pickens receiving yards, Eno Benjamin rush yards, A.J. Dillon rush attempts, Stevenson to score a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
That is on the tweet from Krabs and Javon. If you guys want to lock that in, it just seemed pretty surgical, and I want to ride with them. And then I locked in a Super GOAT prize picks that matches the surgical 6, which I just tweeted out. If you guys want to ride that, I'm pretty confident in it. Go check that out. But that's all I have locked in so far. I do have one that's all field goal kickers that I actually kind of like. But I just tweeted that out as well if you guys want to ride with that. But other than that, let's lock in and cook for this one. Preferably
Singletary, bro.
I'm just going to read this 5 guys are off really quick as well from Thursday that Austin from Number Fire and fucking FanDuel and I cooked up. Saquon rush yards over. Lamar Jackson over fantasy. Devin Singletary over rushing. Jags sacks. Geno over fantasy.
Saquon rush yards.
Saquon rushing.
Fantasy. Let me find this fantasy. Right
Saquon
here.
rushing. Lamar fantasy.
What'd you get Lamar at?
Singletary rushing. What's up?
What'd you get Lamar at?
22.
But I got bumped, but it didn't. Singletary rush yards, sure.
Jags sacks.
Yeah.
Geno fantasy.
Geno Smith fantasy.
I like Geno. I love the Jags and Singletary props. I think the Jags defense is a good play. I'm starting them in a couple fantasy leagues.
Yeah, you're really scared of that Giants Baltimore game. But let's go with our favorite shit. Some props that I like that we talked about: McLaughlin field goals. I could be down to toss a little over 1.5 field goals out of McLaughlin in the goat whale for the day. Stevenson, I think, should be in there. AJ
Wait, hold
Dillon,
on,
Rush.
Sorry, real quick. What did you get Geno Smith at? I think it just got bumped right in front of my eyes.
I had it at 15.5.
Oh my God, it got bumped right in front of my fucking eyes.
Seriously? He went up again?
18. I still rode. But shit already put out.
I mean, yeah, I think he should. He's gonna cook, bro. He's gonna cook. That's an over game. That's an over game. 18 though.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Keep going, Mush. I hate interrupting.
You're straight. All right. So props that we went over today that I think the boys can ride. I love Chase field goals. I love Stevenson props. I love Rashad White, but we don't need to double dip. Dylan rush attempts is talking to me a little bit. Brady TDs is talking to me. We can grab Mike Evans.
Let's take Mike Evans. I haven't gotten him in yet.
I like Mike.
Okay. All right.
So that's our touchdown.
Let's take a look at what we like with Evans. I like receiving yards or just a receiving tutter.
I think we do that.
I honestly, you say this square for Evans, and I'm down to lock it in.
Let's do the touchdown. Let's have him be our TD guy.
Okay, Mike Evans TD.
Yep.
Do we want to do Chase field goals, or is that just too boring to put in the
Chase field goals? Oh, McLaughlin? No, let's not do that. Let's keep that out.
Okay. Stevenson, anytime. We can't do anytime touchdown. That's such bullshit.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And Krabs, you're not. Oh, dude, and his rush yards went from 71.5. It's at 79.5 now.
Cheap is.
Dude, I think that we could. It's so fucking gross to even consider, but like, Danny Dimes. You want to stay away from that game though, Krabs, huh?
What about AJ Dillon rush attempts?
Let's go. Let's toss that in.
Honestly, if we're gonna go AJ Dillon though, we should just go yards.
I'm down. I'm down.
I like his yards better than attempts. I like AJ Dillon's attempts better than yards.
And he's a friend of the program and knows about the get well. So
we're doing AJ Dillon over 51.5 yards.
No.
AJ Dillon.
Was it Dillon?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, I thought we were talking about fucking
Stevenson.
Whatever his fucking
No, I was talking about AJ Dillon.
Okay.
But
let's do Dillon attempts.
Attempts, yes.
Yep.
All right. So far we have Evans, Tutter, Dillon attempts.
Yep.
Do we want Brady stats in here? Go well.
No.
No Brady. Okay.
Because I only like his touchdowns, and
are we double dipping Rashad White or no?
Nah.
Okay. Do you guys want to put the Jags sacks in this one? We don't need to.
Yes.
Okay.
I want a way to be on that because I know that shit's hitting.
Okay.
That O line is so bad, bro.
What about Pickens?
I love Pickens.
I mean, George Pickens.
I'm in.
I love Pickens today. Him and Kenny had some going, bro.
Yards or receptions?
Receiving yards.
Pickens yards.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Evans, Tutty, AJ Dillon attempts, Jags sacks, Pickens yards.
And
we could take Eno Benjamin over rushing yards. He's about to get 75 yards at least. We could take George Kittle over receiving yards. You're about to see him actually receive passes today and not be as much of a blocker. We could take Kamara fantasy score. I think he's going to be the entire offense.
I could definitely be down for Kamara.
I'm very down. Let's cap it off with Kamara.
Sure. Kamara fantasy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think he gets in the end zone twice and gets close to 100 yards from the line of scrimmage. I think
I would fucking worship that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the goat whale of the day is Mike Evans getting a tutter, AJ Dillon getting fed the rock over at rush attempts. Jags getting to Matt Ryan. Pickens over receiving, and Kamara over fantasy.
Dude, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. That is so surgical, boys.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm here for
it. Pray for no push on the sacks, and I think we'll be okay. Pray for no push.
Jags are cooking. Okay. All right. Now a 3-teamer. Best bet of the day.
Ooh, let's just do all of our best bet of the day. I love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Let me get the Dolphins spread skis.
Wowzers.
Mm-hmm. Wow, wee-wah.
Mm-hmm.
Me, ma. Give me the Bucks spread. Fuck the Steelers. Okay. Give me Bucks minus 9.5.
I'm not tailing this parlay, but that's fine.
Why?
I'm on the Steelers, bro.
Okay, fine. I'll do a different one.
The Bills, dude. Take the Bills.
Oh, dude, fuck. Give me Bills. Give me Bills ML.
Or any other team that I don't have the opposite side of.
Bills ML. Give me Bills ML.
The Bills ML. They're winning tonight.
No Meemaw bullshit. Just give me money line and give Krabs a plus 3.5.
Yeah. I'm scared. I want the points.
That's what it is on DraftKings. I'm looking at it. And Mush, what is yours? I'm putting a unit on this 3-legger.
I might, Krabs, you really want to stay away from it, but I might have to go with the over for Baltimore and the Giants.
I don't hate the over in that game. The lines moved 2.5 points. I don't hate the over. I just hate the sides. I don't love the over.
I fucking love Seattle, man, but I'm already all over that. We could also fuck around and go with the Eagles.
Bro, trust your stones, man. I want your favorite. What is your favorite play today? Not what do you think we're gonna like, not this or that. What is your favorite bet today that's going to hit?
Yeah, meat on tape, Mush.
Put it on.
Come on. Meat on tape is the over between Arizona and Seattle. Done.
Okay. All right. I like that over as well.
Chat, here's the Bookit Sunday crew entry that we just cooked up. I really like it.
Pray you don't get a half on it. Push.
Dolphins plus, but you want 3.5. So we'll go Dolphins plus 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Bills money line points between Arizona and Seattle.
Points. Love it.
Chat, I'll put Javon's up right now in a second, but look at this entry that is on the screen right now. Currently,
look at it.
That is the one that the boys just cooked up. This is the one Javon surgically handcrafted in the kitchen. Let me pull it up. Stop screen sharing. Present. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. This is the Javon Wizardry entry that he just came on and cooked up.
Just snuck right in and scared the Jesus out of you and left. Love it.
He scared the shit.
This one to...
Boys, it's gonna be a fun one.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna watch it.
Reset for we'll hop off and then reset for sweats or what?
Yeah, I was gonna watch like the first half of the games and then go live after.
Cool. Sure. Yeah, we need a breather, get some grub in us and all that, but
sure.
Let's get it, boys. Good shit. Week 6.
Let's have a fucking day, chat. Much love. We'll come back on for a sweat sesh in a bit. It was the
three-teamer once again. 3-teamer once again. Seattle over, Dolphins to cover, Bills to win.
Let's go. And thank you much for carrying us through this journey. Good shit.
Yeah, I'm so hungover, Much.
I'm literally special right now. So thank you.
I'm gonna go grab some beers to fucking keep the shakes away.
That's exactly. You know what, Mush? That's exactly what we need. Is just hair of the dog, just one.
Yeah.
Just see one go through the net. Chat. Have a great Sunday. We're a third of the way through the season. Fire off some units. Grow the fuck up. All
Time
right.
for rally chop.
Let's go.
Rally chops.
I'll be joining you.
Chop
Later,
on.
boys. Peace.
I'm here with Austin Riley on the couch watching Sunday football.
All right, I'm going to wrap this up, boys.
All right, see ya.
Laters.